Jonathan, we have to congratulate you on your brilliant memoir, Over the Top, a raw journey of self-love. It is rightfully in the New York Times bestseller. Now, I want to talk to you about this book because this book, you cover a lot in this book. You are unbelievably open. I cannot stress enough that a lot of these books, when people become very successful on TV, they write their memoir and you feel like, oh, you're not really scratching the surface of anything. You talk about your personal struggles, your childhood, your HIV diagnosis. It is unbelievably raw, personal and open. How vulnerable did you feel when you were writing it or when it was about to be, you know, put on the bookshelves?
Well, I think the level of vulnerability, it kind of is like if you feel like my soul was in a pressure cooker every day for you know, for like a year and a half. I mean, because I knew that I was writing this and I knew I was working on it, but I have to say that I had a lot of reasons for why I wanted to talk about it. And not just the HIV diagnosis, but really like what it is to live with HIV in 2019, the need for more of an increased social safety net for everyone who is living with HIV and to destigmatize it. But also, like, this story it's got some tough stuff, but also it's got like an uncanny, like, Helen Fielding, my voice, though, Bridget Jones kind of vibe to it. You will laugh. You will also probably cry, especially chapter 9. Like, I've yet to read that chapter myself without having a nervous breakdown adjacent moment. But it's really fun, and it's light, and I think it's really about kind of like blooming where you're planted and knowing that no matter how much of a severe detour you've taken, it is possible, with a lot of hard work and intensive therapy, to make your way back onto a course. Yes.
Now, I do want to talk to you about one thing. Obviously, you talk quite a lot, and it's had a lot of press about it, where you've talked about your HIV diagnosis, what it was like receiving that. And if there was one thing, you could say to educate people who are either living with HIV or the masses of people who still don't 100% understand what that disease is, if there was one thing you would want to teach people on, what would it be?
That living with HIV is not a devastating diagnosis. I have done nothing but get stronger, smarter, learn more, do more, become more active, more involved. I've only fallen in love with myself more in the last 7 years. Living with HIV is not a death sentence. It is a 50 to 75-year life expectancy from the time that you're diagnosed if you get on your medication. We love antiretroviral therapy, or ART. An undetectable viral load means that you cannot transmit the virus. Well, as far as the CDC and the NIH is concerned, has never transmitted the virus. So it's like, it's really pretty fierce. It's like, it's really just, we have to work on ending stigma, just getting more comfortable talking about uncomfortable things. So I know that that wasn't one thing, but it's, I think what I've learned about opening up about my HIV status is that for way too many people, it is still 1990. Yes.
And the fear that was placed into people at that point,
But the other thing is, on that same token, is that for people that are really affected by the stigma and access to healthcare, it still can be 1990, and people still are dying of HIV/AIDS, or people are still dying of AIDS complications from AIDS. There are new infection rates in certain states and certain countries as a result of the stigma. So it doesn't have to be a devastating anything. I don't feel devastated by my diagnosis whatsoever. I think what is devastating, though, is the continued silence and fear around something that there just really doesn't need to be any silence or fear around.